Alright, so these screws go on the little main plate here, and on this clear one they've been kind of rusted. I guess they got water damage or something. I'm going to have to figure out a replacement for them. Don't have a replacement. I'm just going to put these back in just so I can get this done. But first thing I want to do is I'm going to reassemble this little flap. So obviously put the buttons back where they go, push them through. Take the little flap, put the little key down on the bottom, I guess you could say, and then you got your other piece over here that you gotta line up with the top. That's good to go. Put these screws back in, figure out where I put my screwdriver. It's half the time I'm looking for my screwdriver. Good thing I found the screwdriver.
My screwdriver, and I found it.
Yeah. I don't think I'm forgetting anything, but there's a good chance I am, so... I'm not going to get those too tight since I'm going to be taking them out in the future. This is easier to just disassemble because it pops off the place or the memory card. There's your buttons. Good to go. Set those aside. Now when you take your three main pieces here, I got stuff all over the thing. Hold on. Alright. You got your three main pieces. My first thought is to assemble it like this, but if yours if your LCD came off, which it's got these two little let's see if I can zoom in here. These two little rubberized sandwich connector looking things. They just sit on the board, and there's little pads on the board that they sit on. And then that corresponds with, just a little area on the side of the LCD screen. If your LCD screen pops off while you're disassembling it, there's a little piece of glass and there's another little piece of glass underneath that. And then those sit on, if I can get it, yeah, there we go. It won't focus really right. There. You can see it where it's got the gray, dark gray, and light gray rubberized pad. And that just literally sits down. This one's fairly good. It's like the glue's still holding, I guess, or whatever they use to stick it in place. So I'm not going to break that connection, but if yours has popped off, you have this little cardboard kind of silvery thing that's got the plastic, or got the PlayStation. It's 11:30. No, it's midnight. I need to go to bed. But it's got the PlayStation emblem kind of, ghosted onto it. That's just a piece of cardboard. That sits on like a really crappy foam. I don't know if you can see it underneath there. That foam has degraded over the last 20 years. That's gone. Don't ever try to pull that off if you don't have to. It's underneath that. It's got the little blob and IC. So anyway, so here we are with the two rubberized pieces that are connecting the screen to the board. If yours, like I said, if yours don't have, like if it's got all of its pixels in the screen, there's no missing lines or anything, don't take this off if it doesn't come apart when you take it apart, because it's a pain in the butt to get back in. And my ice machine is making ice. That's nice. I'm going to zoom back out. I want to clean my thumbprint off of here. I'm not like a particular person, but it'll probably bug me. Anyways, so like I said, setting these inside of each other, no matter what, if your screen has come off or if it hasn't, then follow this step by step here. Take your little front lens, drop in here. Again, don't put like thumbprints on there because kids will make fun of you in the school bus line. The second thing I do is, actually I probably should have done that first. These little clips, I took these out to try to clean them. You probably don't need to zoom in, but I'm going to zoom in anyways. They're little bitty clips, and I need my tweezers that are in the box still. Underneath all the... Somehow they get buried even though I don't use the ones that are underneath. Whatever. So this... goes in these little latch holes here. So since I've got it upside down, it's easier to put it in this way. I'm not sure if you can see this, but there's a little slot that it goes into. There. And then the picture-in-picture blocked everything probably. So it goes like that, and then there's like a little slot. Jesus, my camera sucks. I'm gonna blame the camera and not my motor capabilities. But yeah, it goes up, the little tab goes up in the little slot in the hinge area, I guess is what that's called. I don't know. It's my first day. And if I could pick the other one up. Get away from the picture-in-picture. Just gonna slide. Dang it, Bobby. Like all motor skills. Like this. This is bad. Really. There we go. I'm just gonna quit trying to watch the camera and just do the thing. Can also do that with it assembled. It's just a lot easier to put it in this way. Alright. So now I'm going to take that screen, zoom out. Yep. Drop the screen in. Now the screen, if your glasses come off, put your glass in here. And these little, I don't know if you can see those. I'm not zooming in anymore. These little squares help locate your screen. They will center your screen up to where it doesn't want to walk around on you. And then you take your little rubberized pieces and then you lay them down on the sides of the screen. And then you take your cardboard piece, if it's come off as well, and you try to like line that up with the screen. I would just put like a piece of glue, to be honest, and then just stick it to that IC. It's not really doing much, so you're good on that part. But then after you've got those, the screen and the two rubberized connectors on either side, then you put your main board down on top of that very carefully, because if you bump it like really hard, those little rubberized pieces, they like to fall over fairly easily. But since mine's stuck to it, I want to be a little bit more rowdy than you should. There. So that's the main board in there. I'm just going to make sure everything popped down where it's supposed to be. Cool. It's close enough for the girls, I know. Alright. We're done with that piece. Don't really hold it by that like I just did, because your screen and everything will pop out and you'll have chaos. Lay that down. Alright, next, if you popped out your little nut there, pop that in. Ha ha ha. So I've already messed up, so I'm going to go back and show where I messed up, and then we're going to keep going. Alright, reinstalled. Alright, let's go back to this. Revisit this, because I've left out a piece that I see on the table here. Alright, back to this screen thing. So underneath this little piece of silvery cardboard stuff, you will have a little plastic spacer. Now that I just slide in there, lays down like this, just flat on it, and you slide it up underneath that screen. Don't do this to me. There. Can't really see it if it's underneath there, but it supports that cardboard, I guess. I don't really know what its job is, but it was there when I took it apart, so it's there when I put it together. Now, back the same way you did, you know, the screen, the rubber, don't drop it like that, especially if your pieces are in multiple pieces. I don't really know how loud I'm talking because I just had to reset up OBS to record because my capture card does not want to work with my camera half the time, so also my recording area is right by the kitchen, and you'll hear my fiance making second dinner. Pop in. There. Oh yeah, also there are these little tabs. Zoom in time. Yay! And focus. There are these little tabs, like right here, that hold the PCB down. There. You'll see they kind of help like lock that in. Same thing for the other side. Lose the camera. There. Alright, back out, because this should have been done by now. 180. Make sure you don't lose your nut. There. Click it all together. Now before you get all these screws back in, you could test this with a CR2032 battery. Just kind of make sure it says hello. Whoop. Yay. Not pushing down. The screen needs pressure on it in order to make that contact with those little rubberized, whatever those are. I've given up on English right now. Just go through the motions. Put the screws back in. And I really need to figure out what the thread and pitch and length of these screws are, so I'll be able to find out those. They look like some sort of self-tapping screws, but there's two different types. There's the flat for the little flap, I guess. I don't know what these would be called. We call them low head screws. They're just little flat, look like they got a little washer built in. What is? And then yay. So this battery's low. I just found it, so whatevs. And then you pop your, oop, both sides. There. If any of that gives you any kind of problems, just do it again and find the way. You can do it. I believe in you. Alright, I'm gonna go night-night, so yay.